Exploring Portugal. Authentic experiences beyond tourist traps. Join me as I challenge myself to explore Portugal like a local on my first visit. No tourist traps, just authentic experiences. When it comes to exploring a new country, I think we've all been there. Stuck in a sea of tourists, trapped in a world of overpriced restaurants and tacky souvenir shops. But what if I told you there's a better way to experience Portugal? One that goes beyond the typical tourist spots and dives deep into the authentic culture of this beautiful country? I think we can all agree that experiencing local culture is a huge part of traveling, but it's not always easy. In fact, it can be really tough to break away from the tourist crowds and find those hidden gems that only the locals know about. I mean, how many times have you walked into a restaurant in a touristy area only to be surrounded by English menus and overpriced meals? Or, how about when you've tried to take a stroll through a local market, only to be bombarded by vendors trying to sell you cheap souvenirs? And don't even get me started on the local experiences that are actually just watered-down versions of traditional customs designed specifically for tourists. You know, the ones that make you feel like you're more of a prop than an actual participant. It's like, yeah, I can take a photo with a fake fado singer, but is that really going to give me a genuine understanding of Portuguese culture? But despite the challenges, I truly believe that experiencing local culture is worth the effort. When we take the time to really immerse ourselves in a place, we start to uncover the hidden layers that make it so unique. We start to see the world through the eyes of the people who live there, and that's when the real magic happens. So, when I arrived in Portugal, I knew I wanted to do things differently. I wanted to dive deep into the local culture, to try all the traditional foods, to explore the neighborhoods that only the locals knew about, and to really get a feel for the customs and traditions of this beautiful country. And let me tell you, it was life-changing. One of my favorite experiences was trying traditional Portuguese cuisine, like bacalhau à brás and frango grelhado. And I'm not just talking about eating at a fancy restaurant, I'm talking about cooking it with a local family, learning the secrets that they've passed down through generations. It was amazing to see how something as simple as a meal could bring people together, and how it could be such a powerful tool for sharing stories and making connections. I also loved exploring the lesser-known neighborhoods, like Santos and Campo de Ourique. These areas were like a whole different world, full of charming cafes, quaint shops, and hidden gems that only the locals knew about. It was amazing to see how these neighborhoods came alive, how the streets were filled with the sounds of laughter and music, and how the people seemed to genuinely enjoy each other's company. And of course, one of the most powerful experiences for me was engaging with the locals themselves. Whether it was through a homestay, a language exchange, or simply striking up a conversation with a stranger, I was constantly blown away by the kindness and generosity of the Portuguese people. They were so eager to share their culture with me, to teach me about their customs and traditions, and to welcome me into their community. One experience that really stood out to me was when I stumbled upon a local fado performance in a tiny underground bar in Lisbon. The music was hauntingly beautiful, and the singer's voice seemed to transport me to another world. But what really struck me was the way the audience was completely absorbed in the music, the way they seemed to be a part of it, and the way it brought them all together. As I looked around the room, I saw people of all ages, all backgrounds, all united by this powerful, emotional music. And in that moment, I felt like I was a part of something bigger than myself, something that transcended language and culture. It was a truly profound experience, one that I'll never forget, and one that left a lasting impact on my understanding of Portuguese culture. So, to sum it all up, I think it's safe to say that experiencing local culture is a game changer when it comes to traveling. It's not always easy, but it's worth the effort. By trying new foods, exploring hidden neighborhoods, engaging with locals, and embracing local customs, we can gain a deeper understanding of the places we visit and create memories that will last a lifetime. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to share your own favorite local experiences in Portugal in the comments below. If you're looking for more travel tips, be sure to check out my next video, where I'll be sharing even more insider secrets for making the most of your trip to Portugal.